By the time the credits had rolled on, I'd uncovered a plot to detonate a series of explosives around Tokyo, climb my way through the ranks of an underground fight club buried in the bowels of a construction site, and partnered with a number of businesses in an effort to boost my management career. I'd also beaten up a baby nursery full of full-grown men in diapers, struck flirtatious poses for a snap-happy photographer who was wearing nothing but a Speedo and a smile, and drank can after can of vending machine coffee in order to make my bladder full enough to beat the high score in the interactive urinal-based minigame. Yes, Yakuza 2 adheres to the established series recipe that takes a meaty slab of brutality and bastes it with silly sauce, and with an enhanced version of the Dragon engine from Yakuza 6 under the hood, it delivers an experience overall that's second only to Yakuza 0, and least since the series hit the PlayStation 4. As far as remakes go, Yakuza 2 is a more significant step up from Yakuza 2 than 2017 Yakuza was from the original. Not only does the Dragon engine allow for locals that more closely match to real-life Tokyo inspirations, but it enables Yakuza 2 to incorporate other valuable qualities of life enhancements introduced in Yakuza 6, such as a seamless transition between interiors and exteriors and in and out of combat encounters, which keeps the action enjoyable. It does mean that Yakuza 2 also inherits the comparatively limited fighting system of Yakuza 6, but there are few notable upgrades from that starting point that bring so much needed spice to the action. While you still don't have the switchable fighting stances of Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami, you do at least have the option of equipping weapons such as swords, tasers, flamethrowers, all of which you can either buy from dealers or pick up and stash when the enemies drop them for scrap. Combined with a greater selection of violent heat meter fueled special moves, the inclusion of weapons makes for far more dynamic brawling, knife, or even using a bowling ball to knock enemies like fleshy tenpins. I did find it somewhat odd that you can only pick up and stash weapons during a fight though. Unlike dropped cash and consumables that persist on the street after a group of enemies have been dispatched, any weapons you don't pick up in the middle of an encounter just evaporate. The last goon hits the pavement, which seems unnecessarily inconvenient. Seeking out side stories in the back streets of Yakuza games is always worthwhile, because at best you are rewarded with unique items, and at worst you walk away laughing at the unexpected left turns they inevitably take. Yakuza Kiwami 2, I found extra incentive to track down each and every quest giver on the map because a number of them unlocked region-specific heat moves that further freshened up the fighting. If you become a regular at the ramen restaurant, then inevitably you'll befriend the chef. Subsequently, when you get into a dust-up in the neighborhood, he'll be standing by to hand you a bowl of hot broth to shove into a street punk's face. Helping a janitor trapped in a public bathroom grants you access to a filthy toilet plunger to choke out your combatants in the nastiest way possible. There's also noticeably more to do in Yakuza 2 than there is in Yakuza 6. While there have been some concessions made in order to rebuild Yakuza 2 with the Dragon engine, like the absence of bowling and pull mini games, the plays are more fleshed out with versions of the Carpet Club management from Yakuza 0 and the clan creator from Yakuza 6. Also very much appreciated the inclusion of poker and blackjack as an alternative way to earn cash in the casino areas. There are also regular Yakuza staples such as arcade games, batting cages, karaoke, indoor golf, and more. You could play darts, and you could even play some urinal-based mini-games. Despite the fact that the made for PlayStation 4 Yakuza 6 was only released a few short months ago, Yakuza 2 is the best and most fully formed Yakuza game of 2018, even though it's a remake of a game that's now 2 console generations old. The storyline is gripping, its weapon-heavy fighting system accommodates no shortage of a spectacle, and it serves up plenty of enjoyable side activities, both mini and macro, to divert to the return for after the story wraps. 0 may still be the high watermark for the series on the PlayStation 4, but Yakuza 2 isn't too far behind. Yakuza Kiwami 2 is an excellent remake of a decade-old game, and a superior entry to the series.